on the fly. 2 huge wins for Louisiana last weekend. Let's see what they do here tonight in the Cajun Dome.
Every game you're going to have to look at who's not playing for the Cajuns. Joe Charles is out. Jordan Brown is out. For the Wolves, Christian Willis is out. Caleb London is out. But we'll play with what we got, as these two teams both unbeaten in the Sun Belt play, as Trajan Wesley goes back to Duguay outside with 6 on the shot clock. Kobe Julian looks for a shot. He'll put up the jumper from the baseline. That's no good. Coming away with the rebound is Omier, his first of the night. It won't be his last.
No, it definitely won't be, and they're probably going to look to him early and often inside as well. Louisiana's got to be careful. Their bigs cannot get in foul trouble. Straight to the post.
And Omier gets the shot up. Okuba goes up to block it, but he gets called for the goaltend, and Omier gets his first bucket of the night.
Clear out one side of the court, Dan. That eliminates the weak side help. They throw the lob to their leading scorer. An early deuce for him.
A lot of these players played against each other last year, especially with Arkansas State. In fact, of the 800 minutes that Arkansas State played against the Cajuns last year, 766 of them returned this year.
And then we've got some interesting numbers, as they did play 4 times in the regular season in that COVID-adjusted 2 home and 2 away.
Gay outside. He looks for the drive, tries to take it to the hole. He is fouled on the way there. And Duguay will go to the line to shoot a couple.
Dugay's a tough matchup out there because he can shoot the basketball. You got to get up on him and respect the jump shot. And there you can see just too much contact reaching in. Wesley with the foul.
Keon Wesley with his first foul, first team foul for the junior from Chislehurst, New Jersey. As Duguay goes to the line, misses the first. The senior from Dakar, Senegal, 69% free throw shooter. Returning to the lineup, he missed both of the East Coast games. He was one of the 6 Cajuns sidelined with COVID protocols. Makes the second. Caleb Fields runs at point along with running mate Marquise Eaton. And Desi Sills, who's got it, puts it back in the hands of Eaton. Eaton tries to drive. He had 32 in one of the 4 games last year between these two teams. That shot put up by Omier is no good. Gay with the rebound.
Coach Marlin will be okay with that shot all night long. Great man-to-man team defense that time. Forces a shot that the Red Wolves did not want to take.
Wesley down low to Gay, being guarded by Keon Wesley, who got Wesley's on both sides, but Gay gets the quick little turnaround.
And Gay could be the difference with Brown out. He's got some experience and he can score.
Floater shot put up by Eaton. That's no good, but the Red Wolves are going to get it in the backcourt after the loose ball got bounced away. 3 ball is put up, and that is off glass, off iron, no good by Eaton, who shoots 37% outside the arc. Akuba down low. Tries the drive. He'll have to kick it back out, but nope, stepped on the line first, and a turnover by Louisiana. The Red Wolves basically starting a 3-guard lineup, while the Cajuns starting basically, if you count, however you count Kobe Julian, they're starting basically 3 forwards and centers. So we'll have to watch those matchups. Fields being guarded by Wesley. He'll take it inside, now pull it back out. Down low, tough shot put up by Omier. Good defense that time by Louisiana.
Okuba might have got a piece of that one.
Wesley
asking for the foul.
Yep, Wesley will draw the foul. He is still on the floor. I think he's okay. Hopefully just getting a blow. Foul is on Sills, his first.
And I like that by Trajan. Make somebody stop you. Nobody came over. None of the Red Wolves and help defense stepped over to stop the ball. You keep going until somebody stops you. He's able to draw the foul right there.
And an offensive foul is going to be called. It might have been on Duguay, and it was for trying to set a pick. They were trying to run a play for Akuba down low. Fields will leave it for Sills, and now to Eaton. Tough shot put up, but a foul's going to be called as Omer got trapped in no man's land with Akuba guarding him, but Akuba's going to pick up the foul, his first.
Yeah, they run a little curl right there, and then Omer right there bounces to the basket, a little bounce pass, and just too much body. He was out of control, but had a tough time making the shot, and the foul pulled him out.
Omer 75% from the line this year, and he also gets to the line. He shot more than anybody on this Red Wolf team from the free throw line, not named Marquise Eaton, who is the nation's 4th leading free throw shooter. As Omer gets both to go, he's got 4 early points. He's got all the points for the Red Wolves so far.
Both teams hang their hat on man-to-man defense, and both teams are getting after it on the defensive end right now.
Cross court to Harper, puts up the 3. That's not there. Ball's going to go out of bounds, but it will belong to the Cajuns. It was off the hand of Fields, and Louisiana will get another crack and a fresh shot clock. Ty Harper launched the 3, and sure looked like it went off Gay's hands, but no hesitation in making the call. Gay has it outside, still plenty of time on the clock as he'll drive, take the baseline jumper and hit it. The senior from Dakar, Senegal has 5 early points. He's got all the Cajun points.
Gotta love to see that. Mr. Brown out, your leading scorer, leading rebounder. And Duke Gay so far picking up some of that offensive load. There's a double team. Oh, bad break that time.
Cajuns almost had the pass deflection, but it went into the hands of Wesley right under the basket, and he put it away. Good defense, bad result for Louisiana. Drive by Julian, shot gets blocked away, and Omer comes up with it. Eaton on the drive, quick spin around. He'll leave it inside, the easy layup by Omer. Nice little shot down the lane by the big freshman from Nicaragua.
And Eaton made that play with his baseline drive, forcing a couple Louisiana players to come over and help, and then Omer right down the middle of the lane finishes.
Gay will give it back to Wesley, back to Harper, and into the hands of Julian in the corner. He was trying to find Akuba down low, but he was being well defended. Now again, Julian gets it stripped away, another turnover, and here come the Red Wolves 3-on-2. Eaton with the shot, gets deflected, gets the second bounce. Gay can't come up with it. Akuba had it. He still has it. And
every now and then, but you can see those guys battling on the defensive end, and you're going to see the Red Wolves do that all night. Louisiana's got to match that intensity.
Isaiah Richards is checked in for Louisiana. Drive inside, layup, rolls out, no good by Desi Sills. Gay comes away with the rebound.
I think he was kind of surprised at how open he was.
Harper out front puts it back into the hands of Gay and back to Wesley. Malcolm Farrington also checked in for Arkansas State during the break. Wesley with the tough shot going in there in the land of the Giants, and here come the Red Wolves in transition again. Stop and pop for Sills, 3-pointer. That's no good. Gay with another rebound. Gay's already got 5 rebounds in the game.
Coach Marlin's got to be ecstatic with the way he's come out. Focused, playing hard, scoring, rebounding. That's what they need with Jordan Brown out.
Gay will give it off to Harper. Thought about the 3. Gay will take the 3-pointer. That's in and out, no good. Sills with the big rebound. Desi Sills, native of Jonesboro, Arkansas, but went to the University of Arkansas. Transferred back this year to his hometown school. Tried the wraparound pass, that's no good. Trajan Wesley comes up with it and gets it off to Julian. One-on-one going the other way and gets it to go. Kobe Julian, who had the big 3-pointer at the end of the Coastal Carolina game last weekend to give the Cajuns that victory. Gets his first basket.
Sorry, Dan, he's a guy that can definitely take over for Louisiana. Sills did a good job, maybe bumped him with his body, but because his hands were up, they didn't get that call.
Drive by Fields, loses control. Pretty good defense that time by Richards. Cajuns come away with it. Julian will stop and take the 3 and hit it. just about the same spot he hit the one Saturday to beat Coastal Carolina. He's got 5.
And that's a nice play by Wesley, getting it to him right where he wants it, right in his hands, right where he can step into it and knock it down from the wing. It's a nice play from your point guard right there. Nice assist by Wesley.
Fields will set up the Red Wolf offense. He's got the double high post now.
That's the horn set. A lot of colleges run that horn set.
3 balls put up, and nailing it is Malcolm Farrington, and you expect him to do that. 36% outside the arc. He's 16 for 45 this year.
And again, point guard making the play, coming off that screen, forcing a little bit of help, and he doesn't need much room. He knocks it down.
Farrington was 9 of 17 outside the arc in last year's 4 games, but Kobe Julian answers again. 8 quick points for the redshirt freshman from Baton Rouge.
And wholesale substitutions at the table for both teams. One has 4 checking in, Louisiana, and the Red Wolves are sending 3 more.
Yep, we've got a line. Marquise Davis also checks in, as does Avery Felts, another hometown Jonesboro, Arkansas product. And they'll play for a few seconds, and then we'll get a timeout at the next dead ball.
This is a good defensive group for Louisiana right here. Good on the ball defense with some shot blockers in there. There's a deflection.
Loose ball, though, coming up with it, getting the shot is Marquise Davis. And there will be a timeout on the floor. Cajuns lead by 2 as we go to the break. Arkansas State's Marquise Davis, junior from Oxford, Alabama, got up this shot right at the horn before we went to break, but you see the ball was still in his hand when the clock hit 0, and it will be waved off. So the transfer from Wallace State Community College doesn't get the bucket there. Cajuns with a 2-point lead on the shot clock violation. 3rd turnover of the ball game for the Red Wolves.
Talked about that group, and they're coming back onto the court. That group being a very good defensive group and a very good defensive squad for Coach Marlin's squad. And to get a shot clock violation in today's game, that's a heck of a job on the defensive end by the Raging Cajuns.
Michael Thomas running at the point now. We've not seen Greg Williams yet, who was one of the COVID outings last weekend, would normally be running a lot at the point. Isaiah Richards with the turnaround inside the lane. He gets the basket to go.
Another, I guess you call it second-year COVID freshman, had a pretty good year last year, got a few minutes, and I know Coach Morris talked about how impressed they were with his off-season work and how much strength he put on, and it's obvious right there with that baby jump hook.
Eaton outside working against Garnett as it goes down low to Antoine Jackson. Spin move, shot up off glass, in and out, no good. Tough break there for Jackson as Akuba comes up with the rebound.
That's a nice post move by Jackson, getting to where he wants to get, where he can put it off the glass. It just didn't go down for him.
Thomas in the corner, Garnett for 3. That's off the iron, no good. Davis comes away with the rebound. Garnett also did not play the 2 games on the East Coast last week with COVID. Drive, tough shot put up, that's no good by Davis, and Akuba has the board. 3 rebounds now for Akuba early.
Nothing easy for either team in this game so far. Outstanding defense by both teams. Both teams are going to have to grind it out to get this conference win.
And a turnover that time as Thomas and Garnett couldn't make the connection. And both these teams are used to scoring some points. Arkansas State averaging 74.3 a game. Cajuns averaging right at 71 a game. But they're going to struggle to get to those marks tonight.
Yeah, both of them giving up the same amount at 67. So both teams definitely know if they're going to get it done, it's going to have to get done on the defensive end.
Sills on the drive, puts up a tough shot off glass. But coming down with it is Wesley. He'll bring it back out.
And it's been a battle on the boards on both ends as well. Watch these guys go after rebounds when shots are taken.
Fields got the bump, puts up another tough shot. That's not there. Fight inside, and Richards comes away with it.
It's a good way to put it, Dan. A fight. Both sides you can see just going so hard after rebounds. Defense and rebounds, you talk about it all the time. Defense wins championships. Well, rebounds can win you some championships as well.
And, you know, we got to give the officials some credit. They're letting these guys play.
100%. I agree with that 100%.
Richards inside, puts up the tough shot, can't get the roll off the back iron. And coming away with it is Sills. Quickly to Fields. He takes it inside. Back in the lane. Little baby jumpers put up by Omier. He gets it to go. He's got 8 points early.
Well, Coach Marlin not happy. He thought it was a push-off, and the crowd here behind us thinking the same thing.
Garnett for three again from the corner. That's long. Thrown back in by Richards, but it's Wesley that comes away with it. Now he'll put up the shot. That comes up short. And Akuba has the rebound.
Great pass.
Quickly down court. Kick out to Garnett. Now he'll take it inside. Knocked away out of bounds. Nice block there on the drive attempt by Omier. He's got 29 of those now this year.
Great timing and great help. Instead of staying on the opposite side of the court, he comes to stride where the ball is, and he's able to block a shot, save 2 points for his team right there.
Julian checks back in for Richards. Another three-point shooter for the Cajuns. Julian already has 2 of those. Cajuns have a pretty good shooting team on the floor right now. Akuba inside is going to draw the foul. Thought he might have got hit by a travel. Looked like he might have shuffled his feet, but the call came first.
Fields got him on the help.
First foul on Caleb Fields. Just the third team foul on Arkansas State. Both teams with just 3 fouls, which is amazing, as physical as this game has been. Inbounds pass. Akuba does come up with it. Takes a little Euro step, gets it to go, and draws the foul. What about that move?
That's a great move right there. 6'11". Nimble-footed right there. The Euro step to the glass. Flips it up off the glass, draws the foul, and one. And we see Greg Williams in the game for the first time.
Foul is on Omier, his first, 4th team foul. Akuba, 66% free throw shooter this year. In the 4 games these teams played last year, he was 14 out of 18 from the line, but this one just a little off, as the ball will go to the Red Wolves.
Both he and Amir selected preseason All-Sun Belt first team by the coaches, and you can see why. Both of these guys having great games. Eaton was a 2nd team pick for the Red Wolves.
Which just goes to show you how deep this league was in talent when a guy like Marquise Eaton is on the 2nd team. Inside drive, a lot of contact. No foul called. Again, a lot of contact, as Wesley has to fight through a couple of Cajuns to get possession again. Fields will take the jumper and hit it. Caleb Fields with his first basket. Came in averaging 8 a game. Also leads the team in assists.
That's a nice move right there. The crossover, get to your spot, and then strong enough to rise up and shoot over your defender.
Thomas cross court to Julian, rather to Cadwell. Now gives it back to Gay with 15 on the shot clock. Almost loses it at home, while his team went to Appalachian State and Coastal Carolina, came away with those 2 victories.
Yeah, and he's got a couple coaches on that staff that have had some head coaching experience. Brock Morris, Coach Murph. I mean, those guys know what they're doing, and Coach Marlin, I'm sure, sent them with great instructions, and that's 2 great road wins to start conference without a lot of key guys.
Drive inside, shots put up by Fields. That's no good. Brayan Ayu, who checked in during the timeout, he'll run the point for the Cajuns. He missed last week's 2 games, but not for COVID. He was just injured.
Greg Williams will play a little bit of 2-guard here, as it's Louisiana with a 4-guard lineup.
Ayu down low to Julian. Nice cut to the basket. Kobe Julian's in double figures already with 10.
And that's what he can do. He's a great passer. Ayu sees the floor and is probably one of the best passers on this Louisiana team. Nice to have him on the bench and healthy.
Drive and a leave for Wesley. Now they'll kick it back out. Fields again. Wesley will put up the 15-footer and hit it. Keon Wesley's got 4.
Good offense. A little 2-man game right there. Both of them getting a little penetration. And then Fields, your leading assist guy. You got to love it, finding him for the open jump shot.
Gay has it at the top. Looking to give it back to Ayu. Almost has it knocked away. Now getting the screen, a little two-man game again. Back to Gay, but can't get it to go, and Omer has the board.
Another nice look by AU. That's a charge. Oh, he caught a block.
Don't know if Julian had a foot inside the circle or not, but the block was called, and that is the second foul on Julian. Fourth team foul on the Cajuns. And no, he was well away from the arc.
I think he said he was moving to his right and got in front, wasn't set. It was close, bang, bang. A lot of those block charge calls are bang, bang. That one goes against Louisiana, and I think Kobe Julian will come out now.
Jalen Dalcourt will see his first action in almost 2 weeks. He was another COVID absence on the trip last weekend. He'll replace Julian, who has 10 points, but also the 2 fouls.
And he draws the assignment of Eaton.
3 ball from the corner from Farrington. That's no good. Cajuns come away with the rebound once again. This is Sun Belt Conference basketball, just like you figured. Neither team's going to run away in this one. And Kuba's going to get hit with the travel as he made the move to the basket. Took one too many steps before he put up the floater. Here's a stat you won't see very much, Eric. Cajuns have turned it over 7 times, Arkansas State only 3, but the Cajuns have scored 7 points on Arkansas State's 3 turnovers. Arkansas State's only scored 2 off the Cajuns, and Williams is going to flush this one. And that is now 9 points the Cajuns have scored off turnovers in this one.
Defense leading to offense right now, and Greg Williams, boy, it's nice to see him with a little bit of explosiveness on the 2-hand dunk and another turnover.
Jesse Sills had a foot on the sideline right in front of the Cajun bench. And quickly, Lucas Santos, our referee, made the call. Bart Lennox is our crew chief tonight. Jose Navis and Lucas Santos, our other 2 officials. Of course, coming out of the Sun Belt Conference as we are getting into Sun Belt play. Both of these teams unbeaten. Cajuns 2-0, Arkansas State 1-0. They had a game COVIDed out last week against Georgia State. AU on the drive was looking for a Kuba, but he got tied up outside. But that would be the secondary break, I would say.
And another great pass by AU, and that's a charge. AU again, doing it on the defensive end as well.
Foul is called on Eaton. That's his first. 5th team foul for the Red Wolves.
There's a look at it, a little out of control on that jump pass. A lot of times you want your players to come to a jump stop, then pass. A lot of times when you leave the ground and then pass, good defensive teams will take charges, and AU takes the charge.
Caleb Fields checks back in for Arkansas State. He will be defending AU almost full court now.
Fields probably with a quickness advantage. That's why they're going to make AU work to get the ball all the way up the court.
Tried to get it down low to Akuba again as they keep playing the 2-man game. Went off of Fields' foot out of bounds. Fresh 20 for Louisiana. As we're inside 5 minutes in the first half. Cajuns have led most of the way, but it's never been by very much. In fact, this is their largest lead of the game. Tough shot up off glass, and getting it to go is Jalen Dalcourt, the Lafayette High product, with his first bucket.
That's a nice, tough move right there. Dalcourt being aggressive. Kiss off the glass.
Farrington leaves it for Fields again. Looking for the screen. Now being defended well. Cross-court pass, and then quickly in the lane. Nice ball movement. Fields has to take a long 3-ball. That's not there. Gay with his 7th rebound of the game. Greg Williams on the drive, another for the Red Wolves, and Julian with 2 for Louisiana. As Greg Williams, 65% free throw shooter, product of Lafayette Christian, transferred back to his hometown university from St. John's.
You know, he was battling some back issues, and it looks like tonight he's got his explosiveness back. A big-time steal and 2-hand dunk all ago, and that time actually splitting 2 Red Wolf defenders to draw the foul, get to the line, and hit 2 free throws.
He missed both of the weekend games last weekend with COVID issues. Lob down low, and getting it to go is Marquise Davis. He didn't have a full hand on it, but got enough of it just to deflect it into the basket, and a nice assist. Inside that time, though, answering it, going back the other way. Greg Williams again. He's got 6 quick points.
That's great offense. They ran Trajan Wesley through, and Greg Williams looked like he was going to set a screen to try to get Wesley a shot. Both defenders step to him. He slips it. Great pass and great finish by the Lafayette native.
Inside pass, and Jackson has to bring it back out. Driving, putting up the shot, can't get it to go, but Sills is there for the rebound and puts it back home. The 6'2 junior from right there in Jonesboro, Arkansas, gets the offensive rebound put back.
A lot of times when you penetrate, you draw help. You may not be able to finish, but you draw guys away from defenders, away from offensive players. There's an offensive rebound and putback.
Gay on the drive, and he'll put it home.
They are letting him play tonight.
Nice little bank shot from outside the lane as Gay again gives the Cajuns a double-figure lead. Inside shot coming back the other way. Jackson, though, is able to run down the rebound. Fields will kick it on the side. Farrington way short this time, but a put back up. Almost goes in on the rebound by Marquise Davis. Can't get the shot to go, but he draws the foul. As Trajan Wesley picks up his first.
Arkansas State with a lot of penetration, kicking to shooters on the wings for threes, and a lot of times on those closeouts and shot fakes, you're able to get offensive rebounds.
Marquise Davis, the junior, 73% free throw shooter this year, gets the first one to go. Arkansas State shoots almost 76% as a team from the line. That ranks in the top 50 in the country. Davis hits both ends. He's got 4 points. Wesley working against Fields. Tries to get it in the hands of Gay. He has to run it down. Still plenty of time, 15 on the clock. Now gets it knocked away right into the hands of Fields. He'll take it to the basket, and he will draw the foul. Gay was trailing the play, was trying to get the block, but Wesley got the foul in front of him, his second.
Yeah, once you come down with those hands or arms across the ball, even though you do get some of the basketball, when you get arms and bodies, you got to call those.
Fields an 83% free throw shooter. He's only missed 5 all year, 25 out of 30. That would be leading most teams, but Marquise Eaton, he's only shooting 94% this year for the Red Wolves.
And these 2 points coming from the defense. They're doing a nice job. Gay wanted to try to catch that ball at the top of the key, and he was forced to catch it almost at half court as he tried to dribble, turned it over. 2 points for the Red Wolves off of their defense.
Fields has 4 points. Cajun lead was 10. 4 free throws, has it back to 6. Julian gets cut off. Gets it down low to Akuba. The left-handed shot off the back iron, no good. Davis comes away with the board. And the Red Wolves trying to force transition. Got caught inside, but putting it up and in. Nice pass to Marquise Davis. He's got 6 now. And 6 straight for Arkansas.
Can't get any transition going.
This is one of 5 Sun Belt games tonight, scheduled 6. But Texas State at Georgia Southern, that was canceled with COVID issues inside the Texas State program. As driving to the basket, Akuba has another bucket. He's got 6 points.
And AU has another assist. Great job of drawing the defense and finding Akuba. Akuba, the finisher.
3 assists for AU. Shot put up, no good by Fields. Jackson almost had the offensive board put back, but the Cajuns able to get a hand on it, and they come away with the loose ball.
I think that was AU that got a hand on that. Doing it all tonight for Louisiana. He's a little out of breath right now, not having played much, being injured.
Gay on the baseline, working against Davis, gets it knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Louisiana with only 11 on the shot clock.
Coach Marlin has a lot of plays right here in his bag, out of bounds underneath. We've seen them have a lot of success with it. They're trying to screen for Akuba, now screen for Greg Williams, and they get it to Duguay on the ball side block.
6 on the clock as AU has it back to Gay. He knows what's going on with the shot clock, turns around and puts the basket up and in. 9 points for Drew Gay.
And that's huge without Mr. Brown out there for Louisiana, their leading scorer. Drew Gay having a great first half for Coach Marlin's club.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, as bearing a three-pointer is Malcolm Farrington, one of the better three-point shooters around. He was 9 of 17 outside the arc when these two teams played the 4 games last year.
That's execution right there, getting a very good shooter, a wide open shot. Great call.
Louisiana can hold for 1 with the 5-point lead. AU with a tough shot though. Loose ball and three. Troy won at home over Coastal Carolina 69-59. So 2 games are in the books. We're in the second half and just about all the rest of them as the Cajuns with possession to start the second half. Wesley on the drive inside. Can't get it to go this time though, but gets his own rebound, gets it back to Akuba, and Akuba puts it home. That's just nothing but hustle.
No doubt Wesley made that play happen, and now a quick foul on the other end is falling out of bounds. He gets it to Akuba for another assist. It'll be Harper. Yep.
Harper picks up his first foul, and Marquise Eaton will go to the line. Did not score in the first half. Come in averaging 12.2 a game. He is ranked 4th in the country in free throw percentage, over 94%. He's only missed 2 all year. 34 out of 36. That's kind of like Eric Mouton used to shoot.
When the game was on the line, absolutely. And he comes in 3rd leading scorer for this team at 12 points, just getting his first one right there. Nothing but net.
And you can tell why he's one of the nation's best free throw shooters. It is very smooth at the free throw line. Of course, last year he averaged 18 points a game in the 4 games against the Cajuns, so Louisiana well familiar with him. Quickly in the corner to Julian. Nice move as he drives inside, leaves it for Akuba, and Akuba with 2 quick inside baskets.
And 2 great passes from teammates. That time Julian with the baseline drive and the sweet dime to Akuba.
Omier on the drive, almost has it stripped away. Now he's in a lot of traffic, but finds an opening, gets it home. He's just strong. The strong man from Nicaragua has 10 points.
Drew Gay came over and double teamed him, but he's still able to finish with him and Akuba on him.
Wesley dribbles through the lane, and now he'll bring it back out.
Wesley looking like Chris Paul, just dribbling wherever he wants to go, into the lane, back out. Now he dumps it inside to Akuba.
Akuba again, he'll kick it out to Harper. Harper with a tough baseline jumper. That's not there. Tipped back in by Omier, but the Cajuns come up with the loose ball. Julian down the lane, gets the basket to go. Julian has 12.
Louisiana getting all 50-50 balls right now. That leads to wins. Wide open look here.
Eaton for 3, not there. Loose ball comes down to Julian. Lob inside. Harper is going to be fouled on his way to the basket, and he will be going to the line, I think, to shoot a couple. Foul is on Sills, his 2nd.
Rebounds pretty even tonight, Dan. In the first half, 17-16 in favor of the Red Wolves, but 11 on the defensive end, and up for Louisiana, 14 on the defensive end. So both teams doing a good job of blocking out, rebounding the basketball, not allowing second chances for the other team.
And now they'll say it was before the shot was going up, so the Cajuns will inbound it with the fresh shot clock. Gay on the drive. Gets it knocked away. Good defense that time by Wesley, and here come the Red Wolves. Great pass, but a block. And the foul is called over the back, and Eaton
did he get it after he hit the ball?
I think he just got bailed out.
That's going to be 3, too.
Julian, well, maybe somebody. Julian picks up the foul, his 3rd, but
all the
looked pretty clean up high.
That have been going on in this game, letting go. That's a tough one to call right there, but great hustle by Julian. And his 3rd foul?
That was his 3rd.
Nobody to the table yet, Coachman. Probably needs to get somebody in there. Can't afford to have that guy on the bench for too long.
Here's another look down the lane. Yeah, got a little body, but as you said, Eric, with all the contact that's going on in this game.
Play on. Still no sub for Julian.
Eaton 3 for 3 from the line now this half. And now 4 for 4, and that's what you figure he's going to do.
Hadn't hit the rim yet, nothing but net. Now a little full court pressure here from the Red Wolves. Make Louisiana play a little faster, and they're going to deny Wesley. And now they finally get it to Wesley. Louisiana will get into its half-court offense.
Cajuns by 5, just over 2 minutes into the second half. Harper puts it back into Gay's hands. He goes on the drive, takes it to the basket. Not there. Akuba had it for a minute. He goes hard to the deck as Julian hits the jumper, and Gay got the worst end of that deal.
Yeah, Gay was looking for a foul that time with the body, no call. Crowd's letting them know about it.
Eaton on the drive. He'll put up the little jumper. That rolls off no good. Ball's going to bounce out of bounds and will stay with the Red Wolves. Looked like Gay had it for a second. Might have got into it with one of his teammates a little bit.
You can see Eaton really trying to get going here in this second half.
Went off Kuba's foot.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first half and trying to get going here in the second half.
Have a feeling Mike Bellato told him at halftime, you're going to have to score some.
We need you. Here he goes again.
Gets cut off this time, kicks it back out to Sills. Nice pass inside, big turnaround, a tough shot by Omier. He gets it to go. Omier's got 12. Just like that, Red Wolves back within 5. Wesley to the basket. He will draw the foul and he will go to the line. And the foul's going to be on Fields, his second. Trajan Wesley may be just 5'9". He is easily the smallest guy on the floor, but he does not mind taking it inside.
Oh, and you got to be that way. You got to be fearless to play point at the Division I level, and he's doing a nice job of getting into the paint at will, trying to finish, and also finding his teammates as Greg Williams will come in for Julian now as he'll go sit with those 3 fouls. Nice to have Greg Williams coming off the bench.
Wesley with the first free throw, 82% this year. He's only missed 5 all year, 23 out of 28. And he gets his first 2 points of the night.
He came to Lafayette with high expectations, battled injuries, and especially injuries with your foot or your ankle limits that explosiveness. It looks like he's 100% healthy.
Eaton gives it to Wesley. It'll go down low to Omier. Looks inside, can't get the shot up. Now Sills on the baseline. Nice move inside. Desi Sills, the junior from Jonesboro, gets his second bucket.
Louisiana doubling Omier, and when you do double team, somebody's going to be left open. He does a nice job of finding the weak side corner, and a sweet baseline move for the finish.
Wesley on the drive, puts it up and in. Going up against the taller Caleb Fields. He's got 4 quick points this half. Drive inside, Eaton for 3, and cans that one. Marquise Eaton, 37% three-point shooter this year. He's shot more and made more than any other Red Wolf. And that one's going to go out of bounds as Wesley and Akuba couldn't make the connection, and it will be Arkansas State ball when we come back. 15:59 left in this one. The Red Wolves have crawled back within 4 here at the Cajun Dome. Quick look in Monroe as ULM continues to hold a narrow lead over Little Rock, and a basket just made by ULM, but it was right at the end of the shot clock, and they're currently taking a review right now just to see if that shot did get off on time. If it did, I think that's going to put ULM up by 7 points, and that's going to be one of the largest leads that we've had in the game. I don't know if that includes that basket or not, but we will keep checking on that. These 2 teams here tonight play those 2 teams on Saturday as we're back in action with Arkansas State. Wesley leaves it off for Omier. Drive inside, tough shot inside past the defense of Akuba, and Omier's got 3 buckets already here in the second half.
Right out of the timeout, go right to your leading scorer. They tried to go with a little high-low action. It was denied. He moves up to the free throw line, and he's quick enough to get to the rim to finish.
Williams back to Wesley. Back to Williams, who checked in right before the timeout. Down low to Gay. 3 on the shot clock as Harper's got to force up a 3 from the corner, and that didn't touch anything. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Turnover for Louisiana. That's 10 in the ball game. 7 so far for Arkansas State. The Red Wolves have the ball with a chance to tie or take the lead with a tray.
And they extended their defense that time, which kind of forced Louisiana into a rush situation. I think they wanted to go down low to Duguay, but he was denied once he caught the ball, and Louisiana couldn't get one up in time and hit the rim.
Inside again to O'Meara. Why not? He's had the hot hand, but he has to kick this one back out to Sills. Double team, and now a pass inside, but nobody, and having to run it down over there is Eaton, and he's got to force up a bad three-pointer, and shot clock violation, but the Cajuns had possession already as they come the other way, and Wesley takes it all the way to the basket. Trajan Wesley with 6 points in the second half.
Such a good passer. A lot of times they expected him to pass. It seems like the Red Wolves are just letting him get too deep, expecting him to give it up, and the little guy is finishing. Having a great game so far.
Eaton on the drive. That's not there. Tough shot. Well defended by Akuba. Gay comes away with the rebound. Wesley coming the other way. Williams back to Wesley as Kentrell Garnett also checked in for the Cajuns. Gay on the drive. He'll put up the shot in the
Richards on the bench about how they're going to play O'Meara, because it looks like early on here in this second half, that's exactly where Coach Bellato is going.
Cajuns build the 6-point lead once again as Eaton looks for somebody, gets it over to Fields. He'll take it on the drive and kick it outside. A little short jumper put up. That's no good by Wesley, but a second chance for the Red Wolves. And there's going to be a foul called on the way to the basket as Wesley is going to pick up his third foul. Third team foul on Louisiana, so the Red Wolves will be inbounding. Got the bump on the way to the basket. And Wesley will get a break, and Michael Thomas will check back in. He played some key minutes in the first half, played 4.5 minutes. Inside, a nice move inside as Sills had it open, but couldn't get the layup to go. Cajuns come away with the rebound. Richards will stop for three. That's not there, though. O'Meara gets the rebound. Might have rushed that one just a little bit. Going the other way. Foul on the way to the basket, and the basket will count as Desi Sills took it to the hole and got his third bucket.
Sometimes a bad shot is just as bad as a turnover, which allows the other team to get into transition. And that's a nice, tough move that time for Sills. Not sure the bench, the coaching staff there wanted that three-pointer in that situation from Richards.
Michael Thomas picked up the foul, his first. Marquis Davis will check back in, replacing Wesley for the Red Wolves. Sills' first free throw of the night. Rattles it in and out, no good. First miss of the night for the Red Wolves. They're now 10 out of 11.
Thomas now handling point guard duties for the Raging Cajuns.
Gets it to Garnett. Richards on the baseline, almost draws the double team. Garnett open for three and hits it.
He's making great decisions in the half court once he gets into the paint, and if he gets the ball with a head of steam, he can get all the way to the rack and finish over bigger guys.
6 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, and another steal for the Cajuns. Williams will take it all the way to the hole. He'll leave it short, though, and Fields comes away with the rebound. Rushed it a little too much. Eaton on the drive. He'll kick it over in the corner. 3 balls put up, off balance shot by Fields. Cajuns come away with the rebound. And I don't know if Fields got an ankle rolled or what, but he sure looked off balance on that shot.
He did, like he was falling out of bounds. Unable to knock it down, and another defensive rebound for Louisiana.
Cajuns by 7 as Thomas out front. He'll go on the drive. Looks for somebody, gives it up to Williams. He'll launch the 3 ball. That's all fired. Another rebound for O'Meara. That gives him 8 in the game. Pass is knocked away, but coming up with the loose ball is O'Meara. Down inside and not block away. Arkansas State will travel north. They'll play ULM Saturday. That's a 2 o'clock game. Here it's Cajuns by 7 with just under 12 minutes left. Drive inside by Sills, leaves it for Davis, and he gets the basket on the baseline jumper. Nice offensive move.
A great pass by Sills as he's double teamed, doesn't panic, pivots, gets strong through that trap, and he's able to drop a nice bounce pass to Davis who finishes.
Williams leaves it for Gay. Gay on the drive, puts up a tough shot. That's off glass. O'Meara controls the rebound. Quick shots put up, and a foul before he was headed to the basket. Foul is on Thomas. That's his second foul. 5 team fouls on Louisiana. And Arkansas State will be inbounding. Kuba checks in. Gay will go out. Fields puts it in the hands of Sills as the cutter being guarded by Garnett. Puts a tough shot up off glass. That's no good. But fighting for the rebound, O'Meara gets it out to a teammate. And a second chance for the Red Wolves. In the lane, O'Meara puts up the little baby jumper and gets it to go. 18 points now. Check that, 16 for O'Meara.
It's one way to get it over the 6'11". Don't go in there and bring it to him. Stop on balance and shoot a nice shot right there in the middle of the lane. O'Meara can absolutely play.
Into Akuba, gets bumped around a little bit, kicks it back out to Garnett. Garnett looks for a screen. Now he'll drive the baseline and he'll step on the baseline. Turnover for Louisiana. That is turnover number 10 to Cajuns. 8 so far for the Red Wolves. And Arkansas State again with a chance to get this one close or tie it up with a 3 as we're inside 10 minutes. Down low to O'Meara, being guarded by Akuba. He'll take it to the hole and can't get the basket to go, but he will draw the foul. Akuba picks up his second foul.
There's the high-low. Davis at the high post, go to big, feed the post, and just a little too quick as he gets around Akuba, draws the foul. Kobe Julian's set to check back in. AU also coming in for Louisiana.
That's 16 fouls on Louisiana, so the rest of the way Arkansas State will shoot in the bonus. Free throw and getting the roll this time is O'Meara. He's a 75% free throw shooter. He's 3 for 3 tonight.
Iron kind that time.
Thomas and Richards will go out as AU checks in along with Julian. Second free throw for O'Meara is up and good, and we've got a 1-point game. And now Williams will run the point for the Cajuns. O'Meara now with the double-double, as that was his 10th rebound last trip defensively.
Fields actually denied AU that time as he had a nice first half. They don't want him to touch the ball. He gets it there, swings it to Julian, bang!
Kobe Julian with his third three-pointer of the ball game. He's got 17. Other way, quick 3. That's offline by Farrington. Not going to happen that much for him to miss everything. Behind the back to Akuba, and he's going to be fouled on the way to the basket. Cajuns will be inbounding. The foul is on O'Meara, and that is his third. So the Red Wolves will be watching that. So 3 players in the ball game playing with 3 fouls. Inbounds, 3-ball put up by Greg Williams right in front of the Louisiana bench. He gets his first trade. 33% free throw, or the 3-point shooter this year. His first of the night.
Little screen to screener. Greg Williams set a screen for Akuba first, then gets the screen for the 3.
Drive inside, it goes off the hand and then off the leg of O'Meara out of bounds, and it will belong to Louisiana.
And that was a play underneath Coach Marlin. Great call there, getting Greg Williams an open look from the corner, and Greg Williams knocks it down.
AU being hounded by Fields, as he has been much of the ball game since he's checked back in.
They don't want AU to get comfortable out there. Julian to the basket.
On the drive, off glass, no good, but Akuba follows up with the offensive board. Akuba with 12 points. And just like that, the Cajun lead is back up to 9. And Fields picks up his dribble, trying to find somebody, gets it into Omir's hands. He'll go on the drive. Tries to leave it inside. Nice pass, but no finish by Davis. But the Red Wolves with a second chance, and this time Omir gets the foul call. And Akuba just picked up his third. So now 3 Cajuns playing with 3 fouls, or possessing 3 fouls. Julian, Wesley, and Akuba. As Omir back to the line, gets the roll again. He is 5 for 5 at the line tonight.
And here comes Richards for Akuba.
Richards, the second-year freshman from Brooklyn, New York. Some big minutes for this team, relieving the big guys. Of course, the Cajuns again without Jordan Brown, their leading scorer and rebounder tonight in the concussion protocol. He's expected to play on Saturday against Little Rock. Richards back to Garnett. Now AU gives it back to Garnett. 10 on the shot clock as AU has it outside. Leaves it for Julian. He'll take it on the drive, put it up. Tough shot inside. Omir deflected it, came away.
Try to make it uncomfortable for AU. AU having a nice game back, passing the ball really well, doing a nice job of running the team from a point guard position, but they got to get a little more uncomfortable for them, and now they're going to come with the full court pressure.
Fields cuts the difference to 6 as Julian gets it into Garnett. Being guarded by Sills. He breaks the timeline and he'll give it back to AU. Julian on the drive, step inside, puts up the shot, can't get it to go, but he'll draw the foul on Wesley. And now Julian will shoot a pair as Wesley picks up his 3rd foul. Team foul number 5 on Arkansas State.
Julian definitely with the strength advantage right there, and that's a nice play design as you bring him from the weak side block. He catches around the top of the key, quick, strong enough to rip and get to ball side block to draw the foul.
Just a 57% free throw shooter so far this year is Kobe Julian. Cajuns now 8 out of 10 tonight. Arkansas State has been to the line a lot more, 15 out of 17. But Julian makes both ends of the 2-shotter here. And he's got 18 points. Check that, 19 points. Sills out front, gives it back to Fields. Eaton tried to get the shot up on the baseline, couldn't do it. Pretty good defense that time by Louisiana. Now Fields again, leaves it down low, and they find a wide open Omir, and he gets the easy one. Omir now with 21 points to go with his 11 rebounds. AU and tried the alley-oop to Richards. Mistaken communication there, but a foul's called away from the ball as Eaton picks up his 2nd foul.
Take a charge on AU, which allowed him free. He was alive for Richards, and Eaton just bumped him. I think he was going to go up there and dunk that. That might have been thrown to Akuba.
16 fouls on the Red Wolves now as Julian with the quick jumper. That's no good. Omir grabs the board. Both teams now shooting in the bonus the rest of the way. Omir on the drive, spin around, tough turnaround jumper. That's not there that time. But Julian's going to get hit with the foul, I think, as he caught the arm of Wesley. And it is the foul on Julian. That's his 4th.
Wow. Wesley attacking the basket right there. It looked like he was going to have a 2-hand putback dunk. But Julian, you can see, goes up. Yep, just rips his left arm.
Wesley, one of the few guys on this Red Wolf team that is not a good free throw shooter, only 58% on the year, misses the first. Gets the second one to go. He's got 5 points. And cuts the margin to 5 with just over 6.5 minutes left.
And now full court man-to-man defense. Trying to get a steal or just make Louisiana work for everything they get here down the stretch.
Williams being guarded by Eaton. As Gay will leave it for Garnett. Back to Williams as he was looking inside. Now we get it to Gay. He was looking low for Akuba. AU will take the three-pointer. Not there. Eaton comes away with the board, and Red Wolves trying to get something in transition.
That's kind of a keep them honest three by AU as they pack the lane to take away the high-low.
Eaton with the shot, but Wesley gets the offensive board and another chance for the Red Wolves. And Eaton is going to get fouled on his way to the basket. And the foul's going to be called on Williams, his first. That is the 10th team foul on Louisiana, so the Red Wolves will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. And that could come into play because, again, this is a very good free throw shooting team. And the best of them is at the line right now, as Eaton's now made 5 in a row. And if he makes this one, he will be 40 out of 42 this year.
Nothing but net. Great stroke at the line.
9 points for Eaton, all in the second half.
A lot of referees in the dome tonight. A few of them sitting right behind us.
Well, you expect that when you get to Sun Belt Conference play, and you also expect close games, and that's what we've got. Garnett over to Gay with 10 on the shot clock. AU tried to get it to Akuba down low. Really in a pushing match right now with O'Meara. Now Gay will take the shot, and he will be fouled on the play, and he will go to the line. Wesley picks up his 4th foul. And it will be a 2-shot foul as he tried to get up in the face of Gay for the shot.
Coach Bellato not happy with that foul. Great defense all the way until 1 or 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and then a foul bails them out. You want to contest that and block out without fouling.
Gay 3 out of 4 from the line so far tonight. Now 4 out of 5. He's got 12 as Trajan Wesley checks back in. Greg Williams will go out.
And it'll be nice to have a fresh Trajan Wesley handling the point. He and AU in the backcourt can handle this pressure and get Louisiana into some type of half-court offense without turning the ball over.
Second free throw was up and good. Gay's got 13 points tonight. Came in averaging only 4.6.
And you have to make free throws in big conference games, especially at home. Louisiana's going to have to make free throws to win this one.
Sills outside. Gives it back to Fields on the drive. Leaves it. Shot's blocked on the way to the basket, but a foul before the shot. I think the foul was on the pass. Gay picks up his second foul.
Oh yeah, pushed him from behind as he was rotating down from the weak side.
O'Meara will go back to the line. He is 5 of 6 there so far tonight. He's caught a lot of rim on a lot of them, but he's got them to go. And he can make it again a 3-point game. As Kobe Julian will check back in for the Cajuns. Just over 5 minutes left in this one. Again, a 3-point ball game. Token pressure this time from Fields on Wesley until he gets across the half-court stripe. Now he'll go on the drive. Tried to leave it for Akuba. Too much on the pass. Sills going the other way. And a lot of contact and no foul. And now Eaton's going to pick up a foul. Wow. Eaton picks up his third foul after there was a lot of contact going to the basket that time. And Wesley will go back to the line. 9th team foul on Arkansas State. So he'll shoot the 1-and-1, and after this, from here on out, 2 shots for everybody. Wesley 2 for 2 from the line. He's got 6 points, but has this one bounce out no good. O'Meara with his 13th rebound in the ballgame. Davis hands it back to Eaton. Drive by Fields, quickly cross court. Long 3 ball, in and out, no good. From Sills, Akuba has the board. Arkansas State only 3 out of 12 outside the arc. They came in only shooting 33%, so that's just about their average as it goes down low to Akuba. And a foul's going to be called as he tried to go to the basket, and O'Meara might have just picked up his 4th. And he did. Now 4 fouls on O'Meara. So each team with a player with 4 fouls. Julian with 4 for the Cajuns, and you see O'Meara with a little bit of contact as Akuba tried to drive the baseline. Dalcourt checks back in. Kentrell Garnett checks back in for Louisiana. Akuba 0 for 1 from the line tonight, 66% on the year from the stripe, but that one's off the back iron, no good. Cajuns have missed 2 in a row. And again, Arkansas State with a chance as we get close to 4 minutes. Davis thought about the 3. Garnett here in the last 3 minutes.
You can see him sitting right there with the coaches. That's exactly what that means.
Antoine Jackson checked back in for Arkansas State, playing the post right now. Only 3 on the shot clock, as putting it up and banging it home is Marquise Davis right at the shot clock. And we are all tied at 66. That's Arkansas State's first field goal in almost 3.5 minutes.
Great awareness by Davis. He knows he needed to get one up and happened to go down.
Akuba has it knocked away out of bounds. It will stay with the Cajuns with 18 on the shot clock. Last time Arkansas State led was less than just over 7 minutes into the ball game.
You can see Jackson down there battling Akuba with O'Meara on the bench with his 4 fouls as Julie checks back. Coach Marlin going right to Akuba to attack Jackson.
Louisiana does not have a field goal in the last 4.5 minutes. Their last basket was at the 8.5 minute mark. And they really could use a basket here as Julian on the baseline, and he is fouled by Davis. His first. Both teams are over the limit, so Julian will shoot a pair. And really a foul he did not have to commit, because he had some help coming on the baseline.
Yeah, he's in pretty good position. That was the same play where Greg Williams got the 3 in the corner the other time. Better defended this time by the Red.
Julian 2 for 2, but misses this one. Cajuns have missed their last 3 straight free throws.
And that's not going to get it done in close conference games that you need. Late in games, you will have to go to the line and make throws. Everyone to Julian.
Gets the second one to give the Cajuns the lead once again, and he will go out as playing offense-defense substitutions with Julian with the 4 fouls. And now Arkansas State can take its first leads. It's early in the game, and an easy lob and dunk to O'Meara. O'Meara now with 25 points.
And plays like that, Dan, you save until you need them. They hadn't run that all night. Next thing you know, they jump right into it. O'Meara gets the dunk. Great call there by Coach Bellato.
Wesley with 15 on the shot clock was trying to get it to Akuba. He'll kick it back out to Garnett. Long 3, that's off iron. And guess who? O'Meara is there for the rebound again. Quickly the other way. His shot is going to be blocked away by Akuba. Fields ran it down after his own miss. And now the Red Wolves will set things up. Fields is trying to get it down low to O'Meara, couldn't get it to him. Drive by Fields, tough jumpers up, that's all fired. And O'Meara, they're saying it's going to be a held ball. Wow. Akuba had great position, and I thought O'Meara just picked up his 5th foul, but he got the benefit of the call. And Mike Bellato is pointing to play smart. Don't pick up that foul, because he knows how close he came to losing his guy right there.
And boy, it was close, but it looks like their hands got to the ball before contact made. I think that's the call they went with, but Akuba did have good position, but it looked like both of them grabbed the ball at the same time. Coach Marlin doesn't agree with that, but that's the way it went.
And now O'Meara's going to go out as Arkansas State will also play offense-defense. Julian checks back in for Louisiana. Red Wolves lead by 1 as we sneak up on 2 minutes. Wesley on the drive, puts it up and in. Trajan Wesley with 8 points, all in the second half.
Just a little 2-man game there. Akuba setting a ball screen for the little point guard. He gets to the rim and finishes. Big basket for Louisiana right there.
Sills gets it to Eaton. His jumper in the lane. Tough shot, no good. Akuba gets the rebound. Eaton thought he was fouled.
Let's see if they go with the same play. They've got it spread out. Probably send Akuba up to set that ball screen for Julian. Here he comes, and let him create.
90 seconds left in this one. Cajuns by 1. Julian Bama tonight. That game just went final 72-64. So all the action in the Sun Belt is done except our game here. 4-point Louisiana lead as Eaton has it out front, being guarded by Greg Williams.
A little confusion for the Red Wolves. Not sure what they want to run now. Just a high ball screen.
10 on the shot clock as Fields will get it to O'Meara. Not where he wants to be. Eaton on the drive. Got away with a travel. 3-pointers, all fired, no good. Akuba comes away with the rebound. Arkansas State looked really out of sync on that offensive possession.
They did. Not everybody on the same page and had to settle for a tough 3. They made one of those earlier. That one doesn't go down. Akuba cleans it up. Now Coach Marlin's going to leave it in Wesley's hands.
Cajuns are in no hurry. Wesley, tough shot though that time, but Gay has the rebound, puts it back up, won't go. State ball with 30.6 seconds left. Cajuns try to hold on to a 4-point lead. And Fields is going to hustle it up to this end of the court now. He'll take it all the way to the basket. Pass is knocked out of bounds by Garnett. It will bears out tonight. Jordan Brown and Joe Charles. Inside pass comes to O'Meara. Tough baseline jumpers up and good. Still got action here tonight as the Cajuns get it inbounds to Wesley. And he dribbles it past the time clock line. Malcolm Farrington has checked in for Arkansas State. 3-point shooter. Fields outside being guarded by Wesley. He'll launch about a 30-footer for 3 and hit it.
They come up and try to set a screen for Akuba. Kobe Julian will throw a baseball pass the length of the court. There it goes. Trying to get Akuba.
And it's going to be as soon as we get everybody set.
Yeah, can't stand in front of somebody that far away. You got to be side by side. Louisiana controls the tip.
Wesley working against Fields. They'll go down low to Akuba. Reverse layup is up and good. Theo Akuba with the first basket in overtime.
Great call by Coach Marlin. O'Meara with those 4 fouls, don't want to pick up that 5th this early in the overtime. He lets him score.
Drive inside, losing the handle, looked like was Sills. Akuba was there to try to block the shot. Instead, he comes up with the rebound.
Coach Bellato going to the block too, but getting it down low to Sills, who loses control, and Louisiana gets a stop. Same play here. Back to Akuba. No double team.
Double team trying to sneak up on him from the backside.
There he is.
Akuba, tough shot with the left-hand turnaround. Akuba with 4 early buckets. He had double figures in all 4 games these teams played last year. Inside the pass goes to O'Meara. Nice connection between he and Eaton. As O'Meara's got 29.
Beautiful pass off a transition. O'Meara's going to finish right there. Let's see if Louisiana goes back to it again. Nope, they're going to keep it on the strong side, let Kobe Julian go to work. Good defense by the Red Wolves, though.
Wesley with 12 on the shot clock, in the corner to Garnett. Behind the back, now a step back three, and he hits it. No, it's just a two. Garnett with the two-pointer. Cajuns again by 4. Cross court pass to Eaton. Steps back but disdains the three, and now another long three in and out by Fields. Tried another one deep just like he did at the end of regulation.
I think it might have been Greg Williams on that step back two right there. That was a big time shot between the legs.
Yes, you're right, it was Williams.
Big, you can see the talent. Signed with St. John's out of Lafayette Christian. Now he's back home and hits a big one for his home squad.
Wesley went down on the floor, got back up, did the Marcus Haynes number, came back up dribbling. Now with 5 on the shot clock. Inside, gets bumped. Shot won't go. Eaton comes away with the loose ball.
Hey, Coach Marlin wanted that foul.
Pass outside, now back to Fields, back in the corner to Davis. Tough three ball, and O'Meara came away with yet another rebound.
Cuba gets 2 baskets because O'Meara has those 4 fouls, not playing a tough defense.
And of course, the Cajuns playing without the big man. Jordan Brown is absent in concussion protocol as Seals makes the first free throw. He's expected to play Saturday at Rock. Second free throw's up and good from Seals, 73% shooter this year. He's now 2 out of 3 tonight. And it is again a 2-point game.
Zone. The first change of defenses in this game. 2-3 zone by the Red Wolves.
Williams in the corner. Julian tries to take advantage, drives inside, can't get it to go. Sills comes away with it. Loose ball, leaves it for Wesley. Gets it knocked away, blocked by either Akuba or Williams.
I think it was Williams. What a play.
Thought he had the easy layup, and I thought we were going to be tied again.
Yeah, I think if Wesley would have just caught it, took his 2 steps and went up, he would have finished, but he decides to stop and shot fake, and Greg Williams comes from behind with a big-time block to save the lead.
Garnett to Julian in the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Cross court to Wesley. He'll launch the 3 ball. That's all fire, no good. Akuba fighting for the rebound, and he will come down with it in his hands, and it'll go to Arkansas State. He probably didn't want to throw it back in and give the Red Wolves a chance to go in transition. Gay will come in, and Akuba will go out with the 4 fouls as the Cajuns play offense, defense. 2-point game again with just over 90 seconds left.
Louisiana staying man-to-man. Coach Marlin asking his team to rebound. Long shots, a lot of times you'll have long rebounds. You got to have 5 guys rebounding on the defensive end.
Eaton on the drive, gets it knocked away. Cajuns come away with the loose ball. Eaton has only 1 field goal in the game.
Greg Williams again with a big-time defensive play. Knocks it away and comes up with the loose ball.
Now the Cajuns will set it up offensively with 60 seconds left in the first overtime.
And Red Wolves back to man-to-man.
Garnett with 5 on the shot clock. He'll drive it, take a tough shot, and he'll draw the foul. And who's it on? It's on Eaton, or rather it's on O'Meara. And that is his 5th foul, and that is a big blow to the Red Wolves team. He's going to leave the game with 29 points and 17 rebounds.
Coach Bellato does not agree with that call.
He is not happy with it. I don't think that O'Meara is either.
And he's got to be careful right now. He can't afford a tee. And he just reaches across with his arm and bumps him. That looks like a foul on the drive to me.
Yeah, and to Desi Sills' credit, he was trying to say, no, fouls on me, fouls on me.
Yeah.
That's good awareness, if nothing else.
Louisiana has missed a couple of free throws down the stretch. And there they go to the line right now. And a guy that I'd want to have at the line in crunch time, Garnett.
Kentrell Garnett. You look at the stats, and he's only a 33% free throw shooter this year. But he's only shot 3. He's 1 out of 3 this year. He ranks 3rd in the country in three-point shooting as he makes the first one.
Nothing but net right there.
He is a 53% shooter outside the arc. That ranks 3rd in the nation among NCAA players.
This kid's a gym rat, man. He's in the gym constantly getting shots up, knocking free throws down, and there's 2 big ones.
Garnett with 5 points. Fields breaks the timeline. Sills looks for the penetration. Now he'll take it inside. He'll kick it back out in the corner. Nope, pulls back from the 3-ball. Fields on the drive, leaves it short, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, can't get it to go, but draws the foul. Fields had a couple of golden opportunities there, left the first one short. He did get the foul on the second one as Duguay picks up his 3rd foul.
Looked like Arkansas State was trying to get 3 up right there, but outstanding defense for Louisiana as they don't allow the 3, force the penetration. Deuce, I'll send him to the line. He misses the first.
Fields an 83% free throw shooter this year. He was 4 for 4 from the line before that miss. Brayan Ayu will check in for Louisiana, and Duguay will go out. Fields his second free throw. That's off the back iron. And Garnett has it, and now a foul. Desi Sills is going to commit his 3rd foul, and Garnett's going to go back to the line. And I know it was probably way too early, but surely Fields wasn't trying to miss that second shot. To try to get the offensive board down 4. Way too early for that, although it did look like he put a little extra on it. Maybe it was just too much adrenaline.
I think it was. I think he was trying to make that one, then you foul, hope they miss. This guy's not missing.
Garnett with his 3rd straight free throw. Ayu will come out, Julian will go back in. Farrington will check back in, a deadly 3-point shooter for the Red Wolves. As Antoine Jackson will go out, he was in for defensive purposes. Garnett can make it a 6-point game and gets the roll. Red Wolves need something deep. They'll give it back to Eaton. Back over on the side to Sills. He will drive, put up the shot. That will not go. Gay has the rebound. And they're just going to let it run it out. The Cajuns are going to survive in overtime.